hand flip the camera, and I'm currently, powered by a battery. Hold on. Yeah, okay, so you can't see that. So I'm just going to tilt the camera that way. I don't know if I can zoom. Nope, zoom functions are all disabled. So let me flip this around. Alright, I'll give you some context. Context helps, doesn't it? I can't find my knife, so scissors will have to do. Do I have a blade of some kind? I have some Stanley knife blades, but I don't have a handle for them. Oh no, tell a lie. There's a blade. Context, okay, I'll take you for a walk for some context, okay? So, if you were watching, so this is over there, that's Frank the Dalek, and so is that, and so some of that, and a lot of other stuff here. And this is the bottom part of the Dalek, and this is a mold that I made before I even moved house, and I moved in 2020. So it's been sitting up on top of the 3D printer room, the livestream studio, for 4 years. This school holidays, I made it my mission to get this thing down, finish filling in the imperfections, and to cast this out of it. So this was pulled out of the mold this morning. It's pretty good. I'll try and demonstrate. So this is the base of the Dalek, and underneath this, sort of in here, will be a steel frame, and this will all sit on it, but it's still a bit flexible, and I don't know how flexible is too flexible. So tonight I want to cut some fiberglass matting and do 1 or maybe 2 more layers on there, and then I'm going to call it done. So that means going basically on sort of this surface and probably this one as the ones that people are likely to step on. I'm probably not going to add anything to that. My fiberglassing is not perfect by any stretch. There's a big void back there. But so far as I've been poking the outside of it, no bits of the gel coat have caved in like they used to on those fiberglass shoulders. So I think I've done okay. But that's the plan, is to do some more of this tonight. So I've got some, this is some 300, I don't know whether they call it GSM or 300 grams per square meter fiberglass matting. And I'm just going to get a large steel ruler that I've got. I hang all my rulers over here, except the ones that I haven't hung up because I've left them in the car because I had to do a job the other day that required a ruler. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but I'll see how I go with this. Let me, have I got a ruler somewhere that I could measure with? No. I've got a tape though. I've got lots of measuring tapes. Hold on, let me get a tape. Still here. I am still here. I'm just looking for a tape. And at some point I will have to go and get changed into like my, you know, paper suit because fiberglass resin does not like me. Yes, I'm absolutely aware fiberglass resin actually has no feelings towards me. I just react really quite badly to the resin on my skin, so I am captain safety when it comes to, well, not captain safety, but I will try and be as safe as I can. Can't find a tape measure. That's good, isn't it? I'm probably looking right at, yeah, there I am. I'm looking at one over where my hearing protection is. Okay, so I've got a tape. Let me just measure a couple of sections. So the base is about 150, give or take. In some areas it's smaller than that, so it's about 100 at the sides, and then that middle section is about 70 mil. So I'm going to cut some at 70, and then I'll cut some at about 100 to 150. So I'm just going to move this back here, and I basically just want to cut enough that it's going to, actually, you know what, I'm just going to cut it at 100. I think that'll work, because then it will overlap nicely. It'll create a nice joint. Now it's probably actually better. Oh, see, I'm not thinking about how to do this on camera. Sorry. So what I need to do is actually move that up to there. Do it backwards, which is, you know, somewhere like that, and then you should be able to see me, and I won't have to reach so much. It cuts fairly well like this. son would be loving the sound effects. I think that's it. Pretty close. Scissors to finish it off. Don't try and pull it with this cloth, it will just change shape on you, and that is really, really horrible to try and deal with. So if you've got any bits that are sticking, just tidy it up with scissors. I think the good stuff about this compared to the chop strand mat is you don't get splinters with the cloth. Splinters with the chopped mat, as I found this morning when I was trying to demold it, I had a nice big splinter that I thought was just sticking out of my thumb, but it turns out it had gone right up and it was about a centimetre into my thumb. So fiberglass, it's fun stuff. Be safe. So there's one. I'll just put these over here so they're ready to rock and roll. This is just part of life when you've got this mat. That's why it's better to cut it neatly. Vacuum as well. Vacuum up when you're done. If I have any sort of helpful information about fiberglassing, but I haven't done a live stream in a long time. It's just a sort of impromptu idea of, hey, maybe somebody will be interested enough to see it. We've all discussed about how live streaming really doesn't add to the YouTube experience for the viewer, but hey, you never know. Maybe you've got some kind of, maybe you've got a really boring job and right now you don't have anything else that you can watch or listen to. So you can watch and listen to me for free. You're welcome. That mallet's about to fall off the table. One more. Thing I said to not do, and I nearly did it. Don't pull the fabric. Don't try and pull the cloth apart. Cut it. Another one. I'll probably need 3 of those, I think, to go around that centre section. This probably, honestly, takes more time than the actual fiberglassing. The actual fiberglassing is quite quick. See, it doesn't take much to stretch this stuff out. But it doesn't seem to be as splintery as the chopped strand mat. But in casting up this fender, or the base or the bumper or whatever thing different people will call it, I had a lot of fiberglass left over from when I made the mould that I finally got to use up. So now my aim is to actually not keep any more fiberglass or resin here. I don't want to store it. I don't want to waste my money on it. I'm already gonna, don't let my wife know, I've already wasted money on 2 litres of gel coat. I didn't know how much I'd need. And it turns out 1 litre was enough to do that. So, there we go. Lessons learned. But what I really want to do is have an overlap on the sort of upper lip of the piece. So I need to make sure that it's adequately strong. And I can't quite remember what weight of fiberglass matting that I bought 7 years ago, or however long it was, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I made the mould. I know I made it, and I knew that, I think I made it knowing that we were going to move. And I didn't want to take the the finished piece with me. Although for some reason I think I did take it with me. I think I ended up throwing away the original fender not too long ago. I think I had to cut it up and throw it in the bin at work. So if you're in this part of South Australia and you would like a free, I'll say low poly, low definition mould of a 2005 series Dalek fender, let me know in the comments. You can have it free. You don't even need to, no postage charge or anything. You can just come out here and grab it whenever you want. If you live near me, I'll even drop it off to you. Let's go for 150 mil for the top section. And if I've got some excess that I need to cut off, that's okay. So I reckon I'm going to need probably 4 for the top section, 4 of these. And the good news is that will mean I've got less of this cloth to store as well, which I'll be very happy about. Because I did use the fiberglass matting I bought. I remember I bought it on eBay. Maybe I could go back and online and try and find my orders for it. You know, do a bit of, I don't know, I want to say reconnaissance, a bit of online archaeology to try and find out what kind of matting I bought. I'm sure if I went back through my receipts, I could probably find the order. I either bought it through the fiberglass manufacturer or I bought it through eBay. Which, there was a time where the postage on eBay was a lot less than through the manufacturer, so I bought a lot of materials from eBay. That's one for the base. And I'm going to try not to overlap them. I think last time I was cutting them and I sort of ended up putting them the other way on here and it just didn't really work out that well. So I'm going to try something a bit different this time. The washing machine finishing in the house. We've been having kitchen renovations done, which is good because it also has meant that there have been no handyman jobs for me to do because the builders have been in the house and we have been camping style, which means everyone's been trying to stay out of the house as much as possible, which has meant that I've been in here as much as possible, which is marvellous. One more. Don't know how the battery's going. No, we're still going. That's good. I can't see if there are any viewers or comments. So, oh, hello, 2 people watching. Oh, hello. There's a few people watching. Hi, hello. Sorry, I haven't got the phone looking at me. Let's see. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Gru. Thank you for liking. Doodoo-fard. Okay. Hello, Alicia. Is it Alicia or Alicia? I don't know. Anyway, I'll get back to it. I will check in with your comments again when I have finished cutting the rest of the fiberglass. If any of you want a Dalek base, shout out in the comment. Maybe that's what doo-doo means. Maybe the doo-doo comment was, I do want a Dalek base, and you live nearby. It'd be quite strange if it was someone on the street or something, wouldn't it? I don't know. I wonder what time zone all the viewers are in. It's Saturday night in this part of the world, and I've got such a hectic nightlife that I'm in the shed, live streaming my fiberglassing process. That good. Should I do one more? Yeah, one more. And then I'll mix up the, then I'll have to get my captain safety gear on. Oh, I've dropped my syringe. It's always a good look to, sorry, it's just fallen in a pile of wood offcuts. I always have to go to the local pharmacy to buy my syringes, and I get funny looks because everyone at my local pharmacy, because we live in a small community in this part of the world, oh, I must be getting near the end of the roll, everybody knows that I am not diabetic. I have no intravenous medication needs, and so 15. Nearly 15. Pretty close to 15. I mean, if it's a bit off, does it matter? Near as makes no difference to 15. So I do often get some strange looks when I go and buy fiberglassing paraphernalia, because it looks like I must be doing something else. Especially when the builder saw me Wednesday and Thursday, in all my kit, which involves a full mask and a white paper suit. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to go speaking when I'm mixing, but I'll try. And also I'm like double gloved when I'm doing it, so I know I can still use my phone, but if I've got resin all over my hands, I'm probably not going to be able to do much in the way of like changing the camera angle, but I will see what I can do. I'll try and perch you somewhere where you can see, and it will involve me very unprofessionally checking it out, see whether it works. Okay, that is it. I don't have much fiberglass matting or fiberglass fabric left. I've got about three turns on this cardboard tube, which isn't much. So I'm going to go put this back in the bag because I have a dusty shed. Hello, Jason. Hi. I know Jason because Jason is working on a Dalek base here. He's working on his own Dalek base. Got to witness my crapulence in fiberglassing the other day, so that was good. I don't know. It sounds a bit weird to get dressed in front of the camera. It'd be like one of those weird try-on videos. But look, I've got to be in front of the camera for something, don't I? Do you like my tool storage there? So this is I reuse this. I use it every sort of round of fiberglass. Now, I don't keep them for years because the bugs eat them, but I reuse them every time and try not to fall over. But I am old. Not old, I'm older. So sometimes I have to hang on to things now. So I keep them for sort of rounds of fiberglassing, but if I'm not fiberglassing again for many months or something, I do throw them away because these. By the way, if you're buying these, don't buy them in the paint aisle. Don't buy the painters ones. Go to the safety aisle. They're cheaper. These as painters overalls are $9 in my local hardware store. But you go into the safety aisle, they're only $6. So save yourself $3, hey? Rather save you $3 than give them $3, especially if they're, part of a duopoly. There we go. How do I look? Like a frickin' moron. Yeah. Now I need to find gloves. Now I double glove. A double glove because these gloves that I got from Aldi melt when you put the catalyst on them. So I double glove now. So these are nitrile gloves. I'm guessing it's some kind of PVC mix. They're not really stretchy. They're probably too small, but they were cheap, and so am I, as the saying goes. So I bought these, and I just try and buy them when they're on sale. So double glove, and oh no, I've only got one glove left. Oh well. I'm right-handed, so I'll put it on the right. But these gloves have not been the best. These gloves also double as the dog crap picker-uppers as well, so they get a lot of use. And people say, why would you pick up dog poo in gloves? Why would you have a dedicated thing that stinks of dog shit that you just keep around? You know, you just pick up the poo and then you put it in the bin and then you throw the glove in the bin and it's gone. And nothing smells like crap. Alright, mask. Now I don't know how I'm going to go with the mask and the whole being able to be heard. What other tools will I need? I will need that paint roller frame. I will need a roller cover. Now, right up until this time fiberglassing, I would always use a brush. I have only ever fiberglassed with a brush. This is the first time I've used a roller, and I wouldn't go back to using a brush, particularly for large sections like this. Should I cut this up so it fits? I probably should. I should at least cut it so that it's sort of the right size. I should cut these so that they are somewhere near the right size. So this is a long side one. So let me take that off cut. That can be for one of the smaller angled sides. We get this. And don't worry about the little drifty bits. Just make sure you've got plenty of resin on them. I'll mix up probably 600ml of resin for this. So they are my long ones. So that's, and I'm just going to put them on one side of the mould. Not the mould, the cast piece, so I know that I've covered one whole side. Are these long enough for back? Oh, very nearly. Yep, that'll do, I think. There's the back. Or we can probably get away with cut this in half, and it can be the front sections on one side. Do the same with this one, even if there's a bit of overlap. Alright, let's have a look. And then I'll pick you up and bring you over to see it, so you can see what I'm trying to measure here. So basically 2 right. Do the same with these ones. So I want a long piece for the back. One short piece for the back corner. Right, like that. There are actually 2 pieces there. So that one is for that corner. There's already one for that side, so now I'm just looking for short pieces to finish that off. So let's just cut this into quarters and that should do it. It's better to have some kind of plan of attack for these jobs. It really is. Even though the setup is a pain, and I'm probably going to end up doing this again tomorrow, but it is my last day of holiday tomorrow, so there might be family things that need doing, and that's fair enough because, you know, that's the whole point of families, isn't it? Alright, so now I've got one over here, like that, one there, like that, one I'll bring you over. There we go. Hello. All right, here we go. Good night. Here's Shopper Dockets to pick it up. To pick up Toby's? What did he pick up? I'm getting confused now. Anyway, here we go. So this is kind of it. That part there is down here. There's two parts down there. So basically I'm going to go all the way around there like that. And then this is the part that people are going to stand on. So I'm going to do another layer down there. And I'll just sort of do that in long passes. Whoa. I didn't realise this selfie stick / tripod actually has a button on it. So let me just lay one of these. Actually, I should have brought you over here. Hold on. I'll move you over here. Whoa, sorry about the Blair Witch camera work. And I've just realised that the battery isn't really charging. So my apologies. Let me just situate you on. Hold on. There we go. Can you see it now? Sort of. Kind of see it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now, these long ones, is basically going to be one doing that. I think I'll just sort of go like that and then cut it off somewhere here and tilt it around. Alright, there we go. So that one. This one's going to basically go over there and overlap them. That one is going to overlap those like that. It's going to add a lot more strength to everything. Let me take the scissors, the shears with me, and I'll sneak by. Oh, try not to tear the butt out of my suit. Again, I'll sort of start this one here, and this can go up to about there. Cut this off somewhere here, like. Something like that. That one there. Alright, then I have one along the back. I'll reach. Maybe, let's see. And I'm guessing everything that goes along the back here like that. There might have to be some little bits across there to sort of add some strength, some little sort of stiffening patches, but oh, no, I can't find the bit of the scissors that cuts. Hold on. There'll be sort of one there. I'll cut another one. Use this leftover bit to kind of go. There, one there. And then with anything left over, I will either keep it dry or I will go over again and add a layer down the sides. So basically I can probably cut a piece of this and sort of go there and across those two corners, but that will probably be enough to get around the whole thing. That's the plan. Sound like a good plan? Sort of. Oh look, I'm going to cut this to make small patches. Just some little weeny little strips. Little filler strips. One. Two. Three. There we go. And then I'll keep that for the next round. Alright. Now how to sort of organise this so I don't lose it. So I'm going to sort of decide these are the front, These are the sides, and I'll just go around like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm hooked. Hold on. Right. Used to me saying that. And then the same again. So this is the front. I'll just sort of start at the front, then we go to the sides, work my way around. And know that it's pretty much the right back. And then I'll put these 3 pieces separate as the back pieces there. Alright, so I'll move those into their own little section. Looking very haphazard, but I'm sure it'll work. Let me just... Lovely. Alright, back over, let's mix up some resin and get this done, shall we? Resident Evil. So the resident catalyst mixture is going to be 2%, which basically means, well, I'll tell you my silly way of working it out. I'm going to make about 600 mils of resin. So I'm going to have 600 grams or 600 milliliters in here, and then so 1% of 600 is 6, so double that, 12. So I'm going to have 12 milliliters of catalyst ready to go in there. I'm going to put on my mask, and I'm going to get a mixing stick. But make friends with your local GP and they'll give you some tongue depressors, and that's always good. I'll put the roller cover on my roller and make sure that, yep, that's working well enough. Get any knives and things that you don't want covered in resin out of the way. Okay. Mask. I just had it. Where did I put the bloody thing? There it is. Prepare to have muffled voiceover. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. Maybe you can. No. I don't know. Hello, 2 people that are still watching. I bet one of them's my mum. Hi, Mum. The other one, if my mum isn't watching, the other one will be my wife. So, hi, honey. Alright. But I'm doing this so we don't have to store any resin. Isn't that good? Alright. And I'll move the camera back over to the... So turn on the scales. Can you see the scales down there? So let me move it. Oh, yeah, you can see it now. Alright. 0 them. Okay. 600. Bombs away. $603. I'll take that. This is probably going to be too much. And that's okay. Right, so now I need 12 milliliters of so the way I'm going to do this, where's my other measuring cup? Here it is. Now, these measuring cups have got up to 15. I could guess and say, oh, it's going to be a little bit under 15, but it also has 8 and 4. So if I have 8 in one and 4 in the other, 8 and 4 is 12, right? Problem solving, kids. Oh, too much. Bonza. Bob's your father's brother. Alright. I am also going to put my hood up. Not my cloth hood, but my paper hood. Alright, here we go. I'm going to mix these two in, because why not? Booyah! And now you got to mix it. You got about 30 seconds of mixing time. So this is where you can talk about the weather. I'll try and look at the comments while I'm doing this. No, I got 9. Wow, hello 9 people. That's incredible. You're going to break records for me. All my neighbours are trying to be asleep. They're probably thinking, what the bloody hell's going on? Why is it so freaking noisy? Should always try and, you know, sort of get the stirrer going up and down, but this is quite a shallow container. Shout out to the mum as well, who gave me all the ice cream containers for this. I have nearly used, I don't know, about a quarter of them. Alright, so this is going to be pretty much ready to go. At 2%, this pot life will be about 40 minutes, so it should be plenty of time to get everything glassed up. Now I think I'll probably start at the top and work my way down, because the resin will drip down anyway. Alright, that should pretty much do us. I will move the camera first before I get too resiny. So I apologise for a second, you're not going to be able to see me. That's probably seen as a win though. That might be a benefit. Alright, here we go. Let me have a look. Can you see there? Yeah, it looks like you can. Alright, that's my back section. And then that's the front sections over here. Alright, here we go. I will be walking back and forth, so my apologies for doing that. I don't really have any other way. I should have moved stuff before I started. I wasn't thinking of the live streaming audience, sorry. But I'll do my best. There we go. Alright. So we're starting at the front, so dip your roller in your resin. Roll it up and over the front there, both sides. Get it up a little bit onto both parts. Get it down onto the base a little bit so it's nice and sticky. It's got something to grab onto. Grab your first piece. That's not the right bit. This is the right bit over here. Oh, I nearly stuffed up big time. Alright, just pop it in there. Alright, bit of resin over the top to get it saturated and stuck down. It doesn't really matter if you're a bit messy with the old resin, just use it up. Poke it in. At this stage, I'm not particularly concerned about voids and air bubbles and stuff. I'm really just trying to get it all on. There will be voids and air bubbles because I'm not a professional. Alright, so I've done one side. Move over to the other. There's going to be a bit of overlap here. That's okay. Push it down with your fingers to get it going. Back to your resin. I'm no fiberglasser. Don't accept this as like a professional, you know, build your own pond or something. But you can do it, you know. You can, I think you can learn to fiberglass stuff yourself and, you know, it'll mostly turn out the way you want it. I'm told that the cloth provides more strength. I don't know if that's true or not. So I can really only speak as I've been told by other people who I assume know a lot more than I do. So I'm just working my way around. Plenty resin. You don't necessarily have to go straight back to the bucket each time. You can work it around a bit. And if you have too much, just spread it out over the surface for your pieces that are going to come next, or work around to the opposite side, because you know you're going to use it. The resin essentially turns to plastic anyway, so it's adding strength no matter what. Which is a good thing, because we need it. This is the bit that all the kiddies are going to try and stand on if they want to climb in your Dalek at an event to have a go at the controls or using the voice box and stuff, so it's worth trying to make it as structurally sound as possible. And that really, I'm not going for looks. I haven't even started on the looks part of this build. For this piece, I'm just going for structure. I'm honestly just trying to make it as safe as I possibly can for anyone that wants to have a go. The last thing I'd want is for someone to stand on it and have it cave in under them. That would be very bad. The insurance companies, I'm sure, wouldn't like it. Parents of whoever it might be, or loved ones, wouldn't like it. So just keep laying up. It's a layout line. I don't really like leaning over this far. There you go. Done. I'll tell you what though, it takes a lot longer to lay up this resin when you're using a brush, so I can only say from my experience this has been the game changer for me, has been switching to a roller and rolling on this resin. Probably a bit more inefficient, but if you buy resin by the litre, or like I have been doing it by 4 litres, you find it, it's probably not so much of a compromise. I'm going to sneak past the camera now and hopefully not knock anything over. Because, certainly cheaper to buy it in bulk anyway. And if you get the odd strand, well, just stick some more resin on it, push it in. Okay. I'm just going to work my way around. I've used almost half of the resin already, so I might need to do this in two sessions. Chances are there's probably more resin. I can see the colour of it's changing. It starts off green, starts to go brown when it's starting to, the kick's starting to work, But, and again, could also be that there is still plenty of resin left on the surface. That will be alright for tidying up at the end there. what I'd really want to do is I'm trying to get both angles. I'm trying to get, to a lesser extent, the vertical, this one here at the top, because you've got to remember I'm working upside down on this part. But what I really want to get is really press in with the roller. What I really want is this part, this flat section, because that's what kids are going to stand on. As I know I have said repeatedly, and I apologise for that. You want to get plenty of it on there. I don't think, in my experience anyway, very limited, you can't generally ruin fiberglass with too much resin. Provided it's pushed in as best you can, it's embedded all the way through, the mat's soaked in it, or the cloth, you'll generally be in pretty good shape. So just alright. Actually just finally I'm putting mat on areas that don't need it, which is a bit annoying. There we go. There you go. All this excess resin is running down to an area where there's going to be more mat put on top of it anyway. And often you can get away with just kind of pushing the cloth into the resin that's already there, and it will soak it up anyway. Plus you can, you know, sort of borrow some from other areas and move it around as needed. Not too bad. I think I'll probably get there. Might need one of my little filler pieces. That's alright. I can always take a piece from somewhere, and I think I've got a little scrap that I can pick up in a hurry. Which is why it's always a reasonable idea to sort of not throw anything away until you know that you're finished. I've just got a little off-cut section that needs something on it. And got my shears here. Go. That's in there. So that is a whole, that's the whole jabroni around the bottom there. Alright. Any little strands, push them down with some matting. here, plenty of resin left on here now for me to get these bits in without actually needing to add any more resin. All I'm really doing is embedding this in the resin that's already there. Okay, now I'm going to dip it in, because these are some long pieces. I really try and work this in, because I think these long strips will be quite beneficial to the structure of the whole thing. Really soak the roller, really force it down. Alright, I get around to that without falling over, if I can. Use the end of this roller to really force that batting into the corner. Okay, just back and forth to make sure it's nice and soaked. Roll it this way, force it in the corner again. I think I'm stuffed up with my corners here, but that's okay. I'll make it work. Good thing is you can always go back and give it more layers. I'm also not too concerned about overhanging the centre too much, because I do know that some of that is going to be cut out anyway, because this is going over an electric wheelchair. So but the fumes are very, very fumy now. I'm really starting to feel it. Okay. So that's nearly it. Just going to get a couple of little straggler pieces for the corners. One, fix that up. I think I used them in the wrong spot, so no problem. Just cut another couple. a big deal. If you get it wet enough, it will pretty much conform to most of these corners anyway, because it's the fabric is quite stretchy compared to the mat, so it's better to push the matting down as well. I found in my limited experience. Alright, where's my little corner braces? One. Suppose it beats watching Priscilla, Queen of the Desert tonight. If you've been watching Channel 7. There we go. I think that's all of it. And I don't have much in the way of resin left over, so I can kind of be happy that I've done a sufficiently reasonable job with that. Wait and see how it dries for tomorrow. I think I might open the garage door, let some of the fumes out. I hope you have been able to hear me somewhat. Apologies if you have not. I'm just going to get an extra piece for there. I have got a piece. There's one. So if I were to do another layer, about 600 mils is pretty good. 600 mil of resin gets you essentially 2/3 of the way around. Any extra resin, brush it on this top layer, I reckon. Really soak it in, because this is the layer that I want to be really thick. Get any loose bits totally saturated. And there's not much left. There we go. There's a couple of little spots where the resin, the matting pulled away from the resin, so I'm just wondering if I can just drop a little bit in. We'll see. It might soak in, might have made a meal of it, who knows. Alright, so there you go, that's all I've got left. That's not much. Whew. I don't know about you. I'm in a bit of a mess here now. I don't know what it is, but whenever I try and explain how to remove gloves like this, people think it's really weird, but here we go. So with one glove you grab the palm of the other glove's hand, you sort of pull it down and you flip that one over into the palm of that one. Now you've got a clean hand. Hook that one down over there, put that one in your last hand. Clean hands. Clean hand glove removal. Now I could spend about 20 bucks on acetone and wash out the rollers and stuff like that, or I just let it dry, peel off the dried out resin and chuck it in the bin. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to bother cleaning it out because it just costs too much bloody money. But yeah, that's it. That's it from me. Sorry, I've probably got runny nose from, see, spend no expense on YouTube. That's it. That's how I fiberglass. It's not how to fiberglass, it's how I do it. I'm going to go home. Well, I go home. I am home. I'm going to go inside though and wash my hands and try and not stink so much of fiberglass resin. And don't do it in your good shoes, by the way. I don't know if I can I show you? I've got shoes that are covered in, like the blue dot is the mold release agent that's over there. It's the PVA release. Do it in crap shoes and leave them outside because it stinks. And yeah, that's pretty much all the advice I can give. If you're fiberglass in large areas, use a roller. Mix up plenty of resin at the time. Like when I started out fiberglassing, I used to mix it up in 100ml batches, and it kind of goes off before you've laid any significant amount up. So I wouldn't say to do that. I reckon if you're mixing resin, you're mixing at least half a litre minimum for those kind of jobs, unless you know you have got a really small patching job or something. I did a small job the other day. Can I show you? Maybe I can. Hold on. Flip it around. Blair Witch camera work. All the viewers have gone away again. This is the shoulders. These are made of fiberglass as well. There's some hinges that go in here, and just under there, I don't know if you can see it, just under there, I did a patch just to reinforce them a little bit, so that they're less, you can see there, some of these areas are very, very, very springy, and then areas like this just don't have much in the way of give, so just to give them a bit more bulk. Anyway, I'll see how that's dried by tomorrow, and if it needs another go, it'll probably only be on the top layer now, so it'll probably only be this wide part, and I can mix up another batch and have another go at that tomorrow if need be. Until then, or until next time, if I don't see you again, be safe, have fun, make stuff if you can, and I think I pressed this little X to get rid of it. So, see you later. Oh, please, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel, though. I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers. That'd be freaking awesome to get to 1,000 before the end of the year. If you like watching videos of me making stuff and usually getting things wrong or making the Dalek, I'm doing a video every day. I'm up to 51 videos now in my shorts section. So if you're interested in watching Frank come into being, check out my shorts and subscribe and hit the bell for more notifications, and you'll get updated every day when I make my daily Dalek Digest video. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye.